Let's take a look at rotations example number 1. We are given the verbal description that we have a triangle ABC with A at -1, 1, B at 2, 4, and C at 4, 1, and we want to rotate triangle ABC 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. So why don't we start by graphing triangle ABC. So I'm going to write the points down here in my table. So A is -1, 1, B is 2, 4, and C is 4, 1. And then let's put it on our graph. So I think our graph is going to help us figure out the rest. So for A, I need to go to -1, 1. B goes to 2, 4. And C is at 4, 1. Draw my triangle. So it said I need to rotate it 90 degrees about the origin counterclockwise. So counterclockwise means I kind of need to go one quadrant over 90 degrees and then in the opposite direction of how a clock would run. And so that means that I need to have a negative y x is my rule, my algebraic rule. That's how a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation works for our coordinates. So let's graph that and take a look at it. So first, we'll figure out our points in the table. So before we graph it, let's just come over here to the table for a minute. So we have negative y, so that would be in this case -1, because that was our y value. And then x is going to be second. And then we have a negative y for the second coordinate b, which would be -4, and then the x will come next, which is 2. And then we have a -1 and a 4 for our x value, which would come, I guess now the y value. So then I'm going to simplify that and put it over here for my range of my image here. So -1, -1 is my A prime, B prime is -4, 2, and C prime is -1, 4. So let's now graph it and make sure it looks like a 90-degree rotation counterclockwise about the origin. So -1, whoops, wrong spot. -1, -1 is going to be my A prime. -4, +2 is my B prime. And then C prime is -1, +4. So sketching the triangle that is the image, we can tell that it looks like the blue pre-image triangle ABC did get rotated and is now the green one, 90 degrees counterclockwise is our image. So the last thing we just need to put in our problem is to transfer our algebraic rule up here to this right-hand corner. So for all the values we were given in our pre-image, x's and y's, we rotated them and they became -y x. Alright, so that's it for the first example of rotations.